Well, hello everybody. We are back, and I am back in St. Louis. I was at Monsterpalooza, and that's a show everybody should go to, by the way, at least once. They have makeup companies there that don't come to Transworld, although I did talk to them and ask them why they don't go, and it seemed like they were very interested to go. I don't think a lot of people understand. As far as myself, I do a lot of traveling, go to a lot of trade shows, and I have helped build this Transworld show. I am always advocating for it, and every time I go to a trade show, I literally talk to vendors all the time about coming to the Transworld show. I care about it, and I want it to be successful, and I want to help haunted house owners get better, grow at what they do, etc., etc., etc. So that's why we're making these videos. You know, I haven't been doing like seminars or writing magazine articles and things like that, you know. I just pretty much stopped doing all that. I don't go to the Eastern Haunt Convention or the Midwest Haunt Convention. I know it's this weekend, and as the recording of this video, and thought about going, I just never do. So we'll have to like resort with these videos. So today we're going to talk about Creepyworld. This is part 6, and I'm going to give you a little update on like if I can actually open Creepyworld for Transworld. I don't know if I can or can't. I met with those people today and asked them if it would be possible, because we're on a temporary permit here. That's the problem. And I would have to get permission from multiple different entities to do it. So I am talking about it, so that's a positive. But I'm going to tell you this. We would like to. And if I can, I will. If it's too much hassle, I won't. And as far as doing a darkness haunt tour, I don't know if we would be able to do one of those next year or not, because if I get the building built, the addition onto the darkness, like I'm trying to do, if I get that done, then we'll have to remove TerraVisions to build something new in its place, all before Transworld. It's possible. I mean, it's possible. But if I'm in the middle of that, and I can't open Creepyworld, there wouldn't be like a haunt tour, at least for me, in 2025. If I don't get the building built, I got some cool ideas of things I'd like to do at the darkness. So we still might do a haunt tour. I don't know. And you know, the thing is, we totally renovated the Lemp since Transworld. I know, it sounds crazy. But yeah, we've actually renovated the Lemp since Transworld, believe it or not. And so now we're here at Creepyworld, and we're going to do part 6 to this video. And there's a couple things bothering me I want to talk about. But this video is going to be about Creepyworld. So where we're at is we have finished the Ghoul Band. It is finished. It works. And I think the only issue now is dressing it. I'm not going to open it, but it is totally done. It's finished. It works. It's being programmed. And then this is our 5-minute escape. And I may not run a 5-minute escape this year, but it was a vampire theme. And you can see now it's gutted. There's no vampire. No vampires in there anymore. And I may not run it, because what I've done here in Creepyworld over the last few years, this facility right here used to be zombie axe throwing and zombie paintball, and the zombie paintball did really well. The problem with the zombie paintball was, you know, during COVID, we decided not to do it, and we just never really picked it back up. Now I'm going to show you something, and this banner was done by Brainstorm, and see, people can scan all of our social media. And look at this, Brainstorm did an amazing job on this. It's matte black. I mean, it's a matte rather than a gloss, and it actually almost looks real. And so this is where all of our monsters will be. It'll be a selfie museum, and there's nothing in it currently. We do have a bunch of monsters for it. We bought more from Midnight Studios. And so we're gonna be working on this a little bit down the road. But look at the banner. Doesn't that look great? It's fantastic. And so you'll come in here, you'll go around, and you'll go in, and it's absolutely free. And you'll be able to go in and take a lot of photos. And you see we had a banner made here on the side as well. And you can see we're promoting the escape rooms. We're promoting following us on Instagram. We're promoting Higher Monsters. We are promoting The Darkness and the Limp Haunted House. We're starting to get all the banners up here for the haunt season. It is extremely hot here in St. Louis in July. And for that reason, we're trying to get as much done in the next couple weeks so that we can focus our attention on other things. We have to build a laser tag. We have to build a retro mini golf and a wizard mini golf all before Halloween and get them installed so we can focus on getting Creepyworld open, and then we need to really work on this alien escape room, hire actors, you know, all the same stuff, you know, that everybody else goes through. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take you over and we're going to look at the new Creepyworld haunted house that we're building called Monster Mansion. Now, I want to tell you, this is my opinion, it looks pretty freaking awesome. Because you have to remember, we have only been working on this thing for a handful of weeks, a couple weeks, 3 weeks. We didn't change the maze in any way, nothing. We left it exactly the way it was because that made it faster. We relied heavily on buying animatronics that were kind of showpieces, like in other words, they kind of, so if the theme is vampires and werewolves, like, you know, buying animations that were zombies and werewolves. And now I want to show you. So here is the photo op, Monster Mansion. We're going to put a couple coffins on both sides, so we have them down there. And this is the queue line. Now, another thing that we've replaced is, you see right there, it says Monster Mansion. No hayride, go this way. So this facade is going to be replaced as well. Not today, but it's going to get replaced. So what we're going to do now is we're going to walk through this maze. And you're going to be, I think, in shock because it looks really, really good. Now, it's not finished, and we'll talk about what's next in the next part. But let's go in. It's a little bit dark. Now, there's a scare box right here. And this is strategically placed. So it's like right when you walk in and right when you walk out. This actor can hit them both directions. And you see the walls have been painted. But let's see how we built the scenes. Okay, now it is really dark. I gotta use my iPhone. Do you see this? This is a scare box for an actor. It's a hiding spot. He's able to hide right there. Okay, now what do you have here? Again, what did I tell you we were going to do? We were going to build a haunted house out of crates and coffins, and we were going to make it look good. Now look at this vacuum form. Now that it's painted, and you have all these wall separators, right? And we put these beams overhead, and then there's an animation from distortions, and we made it to look like it's encased in crates. Okay? Now the only problem with this animation is if you need to fix it, there's not going to be any way to do that. So we're going to have to build a hatch right there. But look, here's a room. So you walk around an animation, you see another animation, and you got an actor to hide right there in the corner. Okay. Now, what to do with this hallway? We cut little pieces of that skull vacuum form. That's the top. And then we use these things that I bought a long time ago. And then you have to go through these hanging bats. Now there's a third one up there. And so we made a scene out of hanging bats And look at the walls. You see, you trim everything. Everything gets trimmed. Now you come to this scene right here. This was a tough one because it was going to be really hard to like have you walk around something. So we put these beams up, as you can see, and it created these little coves. And you can see right here, we put this vampire bat here, and then you've got these vampires in these coffins. And see, look, out of crates and coffins, we made this that you can bump into. So this animation right here can come out and scare you. Okay? And then you can see, now, here's another animation that's going in here, right? And this one does this number. So what we'll probably do is build one crate and put it right there so it steers you off of it so you don't run into it. So that's what we'll do there, and that's got to get secured and wired in. But look how this turned out. And then we took these extra coffins, you see, and we put them up in the ceiling. Look at the walls. Everything looks great. And then, you know, right here, as you're walking into this wall, we can hang a dead body. Now let's go into this next room. So when I was at Transworld, I saw this Banshee, and we bought that. Now, see, you're gonna walk right into that Banshee, and it's just held in there, secured by crates. And this was very interesting because, see, you have this scare box right here, and we decided to install this werewolf in this scare box, which is an animation. Then we took a crate and a coffin, and we created so you could kind of sort of curl through this room. Okay, and then we have a coffin here, we have some barrier, and we have another coffin there, and then we have this animated one, right? Now, we turn the corner, and what do you get hit with? There's a werewolf attacking you, right? Now, we'll need to shred that. Now they're shredding on all of these hallways, and if I could find some hanging heads, I would hang them right here, and we're gonna look for some. Then you come to this scene right here, and we wanted to keep people off of this because this is just foam, you can pick away at it. And then you have this animation from Scare Factory, which is kind of a showpiece. Now I wanna show you something. You see this coffin has been put into this position, like over here. And this is like crates you can step over and get behind. So if we have to fix this animation, you have to have a way to get in it. So you can crawl over the crates and through it, but nowhere can you touch the animation with crates and coffins. The only thing I would say about this coffin is it should be like tilted, and we're gonna fix that and tilt it. Now this is another hallway where you're gonna see shredding, and it would be nice if we had some things hanging in their way, and we're gonna do that. Now, when you come into this room, which is one of the only rooms that's not painted, okay, so you have an animation, again, coffins and crates, and what does this animation do? It raises up, right, and scares you. Then you have two fake coffins. You have another coffin right here to keep people off of these werewolves. You see, we're keeping you off the werewolf. And then this werewolf will jump up and he hits these steel plates. Now that creates a little bit of a dilemma because somebody's hand could go here. So what we're going to do is we're going to unscrew this coffin, and we're going to screw it in right here. So it kind of comes up and over this plate. It'll protect this plate, and there won't be a problem. But look how it turned out. This haunted house is nothing but some animatronics, and this room's not painted yet. It's nothing more than some animatronics, some coffins, and crates with vacuum form. Think about that. Now, as we've already shown you before, we built this hallway of coffins, and you see, like, we've even literally just screwed them right on the wall. All of this has yet to be painted. And then we're gonna put dead bodies in here. And you notice too, we've already put camo net over the ceiling. And you'll kind of wind through here. We're also going to be putting another coffin animation in this little maze. And you'll get to this like exit area here, and then you're faced with this other animatronic right here. And we'll probably get another coffin and put it on the ground here to keep people from the lid when it shuts. And you see how this has like a hook on it. So you hook around and into that section over there. So, here's the thing. It's hard to show this on video, and it is really dark in there, but I can tell you it looks really, really, really good. And I can tell you that it's not done, but it's getting there. And there's also going to be a facade on it. So this is part, I want to say part 6, and we said it's going to be a 10-part video. The next part is going to be the facade, another part is going to be the facade, and then another part is going to be just finishing the maze in general. More props, sound, lighting. That is what is needed to finish this maze. So, what do you think? I think it's turning out fantastic. And when it's all done, I'm going to let you guess to see how much money it cost to make it. I don't know the exact cost, but I'm going to figure it out, and then I'm going to have a contest. Whoever gets closest to the total is going to win something. How about that? So anyway, with all that being said, this maze is turning out fantastic. A lot of theming decisions are made simply by like, hey, what do you have a lot of stuff just laying around? Like, what do you have? And we had bought some stuff for darkness, never used it. We started realizing we got a lot of vampire stuff. We got a lot of vampires, and it just made sense. How much money do we have in this thing? How much time do we have in this thing? I think it took us about 1 week to get all the vacuum form up, to get it completely framed. It's like a week to paint it. Maybe like a week to build all the coffins and crates. Maybe a week to kind of to put it all together. So probably about 4 weeks. And that's not like my whole crew just dedicated to it, okay? That is like working on it here, working on it there. It probably took about a month. And if we would have stayed on it from start to finish, probably would have had it done in about 3 weeks. This is what I'm talking about. You can do fast and affordable theming, but I can tell you that it really depends on the theme you pick. So if you pick a crazy theme, like a spaceship, much harder, much harder. You pick a haunted mansion, much easier, much easier. You know, I think the easiest theme in all of haunting it to do is a haunted mansion. It's just so easy. You can get a lot of stuff off Amazon. You can get a lot of stuff at resale shops or junk places, and so on and so forth. You can really like theme them out like really well from those kind of places. So anyway, I'm really excited about the maze, and I think the cherry on top is going to be the facade. That's going to be the cherry on the top. This is going to be the facade, and it's going to look really cool while you're in queue line. And the other thing too that I think is really going to work on this maze is when you think about the companies that make masks and costumes. You have a lot of werewolves, vampires, type of costumes and masks, and Frankenstein, and the whole shebang. So it's going to be really easy to put really good themed actors inside as well. When you think about doing an alien theme, you're not really going to get aliens walking around per se very easily, but you would have probably guys in jumpsuits jumping out with blood all over their face, essentially claiming, you know, that they've been attacked by an alien. But so this theme really lends itself really well to the actors, and it's going to give Creepyworld something it hasn't had before, which is kind of a gothic kind of flair we haven't had in a long time. So I'm really excited, and I think it's going to be fantastic, and I'm looking forward to getting it completely done. Now, one other thing that I'll throw out there to everybody is something that was like really bothering me, because I just think it's so ridiculous. There's a specific ticketing company, and they're going around literally offering people signing bonuses to switch from one ticketing company to another. They're literally paying people to, now you have to think about it. If you have to pay somebody to use your ticketing system, well, you know the ticketing system sucks, right? You know it sucks. Instead of giving people money to sign up, why don't you put money into features that will make the user more money, like we're doing here with Fear Ticket. So I just find that to be kind of crazy. But even with the signing bonuses, this is what really bothers me. It's not the fact that somebody has a shitty ticketing system app, okay, and they want people to sign up for it, and they're losing their customers left and right, and they can't keep them because their system's so bad. So they go around and prey on people who need money, and they offer them money to sign up. Here's my problem. It's not with that goofy company, okay? It's with the haunts. It's with the haunts that are doing it, because somebody says, we'll give you $20,000 to sign up with us, and you sign a 5-year contract. You're basically costing yourself tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? If you just use a calculator, you will see, based on what they're charging, and some people will say, well, they're not charging me anything, they're charging my customers. Yes, but if you use Fear Ticket, as an example, you can charge a service fee. Now let's talk about service fees for just a second. Whenever you buy a ticket to anything these days, it doesn't really matter what it is, there's a service fee. Now, I looked at service fees for the Super Bowl. I was thinking about going to the Super Bowl last year. I just, out of comedy, I wanted to know what the service fees would be. I mean, the ticket was like, say, $12,500, and the service fee was like $6,000, okay? It's crazy, right? But almost anything you buy now, there's service fees. So it's actually kind of like a scammy thing in a way, because it's a way to keep the first price reasonable, but then hit them with service fees that make up the difference. So when you think about haunted houses and struggling to pay your bills, and I can tell you right now, property insurance has skyrocketed, right? So I just got a bill for $42,500 to renew my insurance on the Darkness building, okay? $42,500 is what they wanted, and just a couple years ago it was $22,000. So costs are skyrocketing. You want to raise your prices, but you're afraid your customers won't pay it, and you should be afraid they won't pay it, because there's backlash on all kinds of products where they raise the price during COVID and now people won't pay it. Do you lower the price? What do you do? So I can tell you, I don't think a haunted house is a necessity to visit when the ticket price is out of control, too high. So do you know how you make up the difference with service fees? You keep the price the same, you charge a service fee. This is just common sense, folks. So you keep the price at $30 and you add a $3 service fee, okay? Let's say you sell 10,000 tickets online, that's $30,000. So I said 10,000 tickets because most of the haunts that are falling for this scam, okay, are the smaller ones. And I talk to them and I say, well, how many tickets did you sell? We sold 10,000. Well, charge a $3 service fee, that's 30 grand. You gonna let this company scoot away with your money? I would think not. You could take a little bit of money and be tied into a company that really doesn't have to do anything for your business going forward. And then every year, they're gonna collect those service fees, credit card fees, and everything else at your expense, when you could use Fear Ticket and charge service fees yourself. So if you signed a 5-year contract, as an example, and let's say this company gave you $25,000, that's peanuts. And let's say you sold 10,000 tickets. 10,000 times 3 is 30,000. 3 times 5 is 15. That's $150,000 that you just pissed away for taking a check for $25,000 to sign a 5-year contract. Yes, I know you should literally go drown yourself in the toilet. I get it. I get it. Because you didn't even just take the time to use a calculator to figure out whether that was a good deal for you. So Fear Ticket is charging 50 cents a transaction for a ticket. The main ticket, box office is free. You could charge any service fee you want, but you take a cash payment from an inferior ticketing company, and they're going to take your customer service fee and keep it. And who knows if you even read all the fine print that they could raise the service fees over time. You don't know. And they could raise it so high that people might not want to buy the ticket. This is why you need to control the service fee yourself. Do not use a ticketing company, and let me repeat, do not use a ticketing company where they charge your customers a service fee. Not when there's options out there, and it's not just not Fear Ticket, it's most of them, where you can charge any service fee you want. Why would you use a company where they're going to keep your service fees? Because they gave you $25,000? This is so ridiculous. You're getting taken advantage of because your first passion is haunting and not business. That's why you have to watch my videos, because I'm trying to help you make good decisions. I'm not trying to steer you over to Fear Ticket. I'm trying to steer you into making more money. If you make more money, you can buy more props. If you buy more props, you can have a cooler haunt. You could expand your haunt. So if you were using, for example, Fear Ticket, and I'll even throw Ticket Spice out there. You could use Ticket Spice. Now, Ticket Spice charges more than Fear Ticket and they don't have as many cool features as we do. But if you used Ticket Spice or you used Fear Ticket, think about it. I just pointed out, even just selling 10,000 tickets, that's it. Just 10,000. At $3 service fee, that's 30 grand. Over the course of a 5-year contract with this particular company, you would let them get away with $150,000. Does this make sense? Not to me, it doesn't. Not to me. But everybody's got to do what they think's in their best interest. But taking a little bit of money up front, if you're in the haunted house business, you got to be thinking, hey, I'm in this for the long haul. I want to grow as fast as I possibly can. I got to itch my back. I want to grow my haunted house as fast as I possibly can. You need to figure out every possible way that you're going to make money. Does this make sense? You know what's really funny? One haunt in particular, I know did this. It's actually kind of hilarious because the rumors are that this haunt may not even last. It might not stay in business much longer. And you know, it'd be so funny to pay out an advance payment and then they go out of business. That would be so funny. But either way, you do whatever you think is in the best interest of your business. But I'm only here to tell you, whether you use Fear Ticket or anybody else, make sure you use a ticketing company where you keep the service fee. Okay? You control the service fee. If you think the service fee is keeping people from purchasing a ticket, you can change it. If you think you can get more on a service fee, you add more. But 100% use a ticketing company that allows you to keep the service fee. So there you go. That's my rant for the day. I hope this makes sense to some of you haunted house owners out there. And I would like to hear your comments about, from the first video that we did on the Creepyworld to the one you just saw, how do you think it looks? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I want to say that I went out and filmed a bunch of graveyards, so all my content going forward is going to be more graveyards, because I like visiting graveyards. I think it's fun. And so I went and visited a whole bunch, and those videos are coming. And I keep saying this, but I do plan on getting out and going and visiting some haunts. So we'll see. I plan on it. It's not that haunts don't want me to come do it. It's just that, you know, I'm really busy. I got a lot of stuff going on. And so I gotta like make the time to go. So we will, hopefully, very soon. Until then, I hope you liked your tour of Creepyworld today. And I hope you, that I made some sense on this rant about ticketing. Until then, right here at Creepyworld, we will talk to you later as we scan across, as I'm looking at this queue line for buying the tickets. You know, it's so tiny now. It used to be massive to buy tickets. And most of the time, there's never even anybody in line to buy tickets because they buy them online. And that's why you need to keep those service fees, folks. Anyway, you take care.